Here's what's making news now around Indiana. In Lake County, the West Lake Corridor Commuter Rail Project has taken a big step forward with the U.S. Federal Transit Administration giving its stamp of approval to push the project into the engineering phase. That project involves an 8-mile extension of the South Shore rail line between Dyer and Hammond and would provide important transit service to downtown Chicago. It will also include the addition of a gateway station on the north side of Hammond. The project expected to be complete by 2024. In southern Indiana, Texas-based Lehigh Hanson has broken ground on a $600 million modernization of its cement plant in Bedford. The expansion expected to create about 50 new jobs, and the company says it will retain the 120 employees already working in Lawrence County. The Mitchell facility, one of 19 cement plants under the Lehigh Hanson umbrella. And a company that makes boat interiors and other components has chosen the small town of Milford in Kosciuszko County to locate a startup operation. Williamsburg Marine says it will invest more than $1 million on the project, which will create about 75 new jobs. Milford is near Lake Wawasee and other lakes in that part of the state where the maritime industry is big business, to the tune of $313 million. Well, the Hoosier Lottery is celebrating its 30th anniversary. From its beginning in 1988 and 89, when the state-run lottery was approved by 62% of Hoosiers and Hoosier voters in a referendum, to selling its first Hoosier Lottery scratch-off ticket in 1989, and now to selling scratch-off and draw games through a network of more than 4,300 retailers. Executive Director Sarah Taylor is here now to look back and also to look ahead at what's next for the lottery in a very competitive marketplace. And Sarah, welcome to the program.
Thank you, sir.
This brings back memories.
I
do remember the launch of the lottery. I was in the day-to-day news business at that time, and it was a big deal. And we have some video, I know, of those big lines and the scratch-off tickets, the Hoosier Lottery game, which was a popular TV show.
That's right. Hoosier Millionaire was on from 1989 to 2005.
Yeah.
We made 191 millionaires on that show.
That's amazing.
Isn't that awesome?
That is amazing. And the changes over the years. I mean, you go back to those days 30 years ago. I think one of the biggest changes is certainly technology and how you've leveraged technology at the lottery.
Yes. In the old days, you would walk into the retailer and they would look at the scratch off by sight to see if you were a winner. Now you can see if you're a winner on the mobile app we have for free.
Yeah. And that is, I assume, technology like in any business, it's very much needed and necessary, but it's a challenge. You got to be very intentional about keeping up with the technology. So how important is technology now to the lottery, the business of the lottery?
Well, the heart of our business is security and integrity and people's belief that we're running fair games. And so technology plays a huge role in that and will in the future too.
Yeah. As you look at changes over the years and the things that have changed for the lottery, one thing that hasn't changed is the impact on the state. Billions with a B of money that you've contributed to the state of Indiana. Talk about where that money goes.
That's right. So $6 billion to the state of Indiana over these past 30 years. Every year, $30 million to our police and pension, police pension and firefighter pension, $30 million to the teacher retirement fund, all remaining dollars then annually into what was known as the Build Indiana Fund, which really offsets the motor vehicle excise tax for every Hoosier.
Yeah. You talk about sales, you wonder 30 years later, is it still popular? Last year, $1.3 billion in sales, which was a record, right?
Yes.
What's the key? What do you have to do to stay relevant in the minds of consumers?
You said it right there, stay relevant. You have to have engaging games. You have to launch new games. You have to have licensed properties like on the scratch-offs. We did a Walking Dead ticket, the Indianapolis Colts, etc. So you have to dial it up and change your games and find out what the public really wants.
What's next, especially as you look at the marketplace? So 30 years ago, you could say it was competitive, but there weren't nearly as many competitors for consumers. And now you've got online sports gambling and all the different options that are out there. How does that impact the lottery?
Well, we're waiting to see how it's all going to impact us, but we're competing for the entertainment dollar, and that's important in our business to stay engaging. Like I said, we are looking to the future, and in our annual business plan, our partner IGT Indiana will be studying, for example, iLottery. You know, whether one day does it make makes sense to have a portion of your business online. But we're looking at that cautiously, and it'll be a recommendation for them at some point down the road. It takes a lot of research, and not too many states are doing it yet.
All right, we'll be interested to watch that. The Hoosier Lottery, 30 years, a big milestone. Sarah Taylor, the executive director, thanks for joining us.
Thank you, sir.
All right.